In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests, there lived a little round figure named Колобок. He was made of dough, baked with care by an old grandmother one lazy afternoon. Колобок had a smooth, golden crust that gleamed softly in the sunlight, and two tiny resin eyes that sparkled with curiosity. He wasn't like other baked goodies. No, Колобок could roll and sing, his voice a gentle hum that echoed like a distant lullaby. The village was peaceful, with touched roses and winding paths lined by wildflowers. Birds chirped softly from the branches, and a gentle breeze carried the scent of fresh earth. Колобok's home was warm, filled with the aroma of herbs and stew. But one day, as the sun dipped low, casting long shadows across the floor, Колобок felt a quiet restlessness. He rolled off the windowsill, tumbling gently onto the soft grasses outside. I am Колобок, Колобок, he sang in a slow, melodic tune. I rolled away from Grandma, I rolled away from Grandpa. Now, I will see the world. He rolled along the path, the grasses tickling his sides like feathers. The air grew cooler as evening approached, and the sky turned a soft pink. Колобок paused now and then, listening to the rustle of leaves, feeling the earth's gentle pulse beneath him. It was calming, this slow journey, with no rush, just the steady roll forward. Soon, Колобок found himself at the edge of the Огород, the vegetable garden. It was a magical place, bathed in the fading light. Tall sunflowers stood like sentinels, their faces turned toward the horizon. Rows of carrots peeked from the soil, their green tops waving like flags. Tomatoes hung heavy on vines, red and plump, while pumpkins swirled round and orange on the ground. The soil was rich and dark, smelling of rain and drought. Bees hummed lazily from flower to flower, and a distant frog cracked a soothing rhythm. Колобок rolled into the Огород, his path winding between the plants. What a beautiful place, he whispered to himself, his voice blending with the evening hush. He felt at peace here, away from the warmth of the oven, discovering the quiet wonders of nature. But as night began to fall, a relatable problem arose. Колобок realized he was alone in this vast garden. The shadows grew longer, stretching like fingers across the soil. He had rolled too far, and now the way back seemed unclear. Ah, dear, he said softly, his resin eyes widening. I am small and round, but the world is big. How will I find my way home? A gentle worry settled in his daffy heart, not fear, but a quiet longing for the familiar. He stopped rolling, sitting still amid the carrots, listening to the crickets start their nightly song. The air cooled, and a dew began to form, making his crust feel slightly damp. He thought of Grandma's kind hands and Grandpa's stories by the fire. It was a simple ash, one onion might feel when lost in something new. Колобок sat there for a while, breathing in the earthy scents, letting the calm of the Огород wash over him. The vegetables seemed to whisper secrets in the wind, tales of roots digging deep, of waiting patiently for the sun. It reminded him that growth comes slow, with time and care. Then came a gentle twist. As the moon rose, silver and full, Колобок noticed a soft glow among the pumpkins. There, hidden in the vines, was a family of field mice, their fur soft and gray. They weren't scary, they were curious, just like him. The smallest mouse approached, sniffing the air. Who are you, little round one? She asked in a tiny voice. I am Колобок, he replied slowly, his song now a quiet melody. I rolled away to see the world, but now I miss home. The mice gathered around, their eyes twinkling like stars. They shared stories of their own wanderings, how they scampered through the garden at night, finding seeds and safety. The Огород is full of paths, the mother mouse said gently. Some led away, but others circled back. We'll show you. Together, they moved through the garden, slow and steady. Колобок rolled beside them, the mice guiding him around roots and over small mounds of earth. The night air was crisp, filled with the scent of blooming night flowers. They paused often, admiring the moon's reflection on dewdrops, feeling the world's quiet rhythm. It wasn't a rush, it was a shared journey, building a bond in the stillnesses. As dawn broke, painting the sky in soft pastels, they reached the garden's edge. There was the path home, familiar and welcoming. Colobok felt a warmth in his center not just from the rising sun, but from the kindness he had found. Thank you, he said, his voice full of quiet gratitude. The mist nodded, vanishing back into the vines with a wave. Colobok rallied home, arriving as Grandma stirred the fire. She scooped him up with a smile, no words needed. He was Safi, charmed by his adventure. The Огород had taught him that wandering brings wonder, but home is the root that grounds us. From then on, Colobok stayed close, sharing his tales in soft songs, his heart full of the garden's peaceful magic. And so, in that quiet village, life rallied on, slow and sweet, like the rising in the sun.